Okama, 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 Pachamama. Okama, 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 Pachamama. Ripped of skin, blood, and kin, spirits and medicine, called a sin by colonizers with guns and poison. Lands, Mama Earth and elders destroyed, then told we had met our end. Filled with love for Creator and Mama Earth, innocent to colonizers' tricks and dramas. Hands, songs, and spirits stolen and cut, removed, displaced, and shut. Our medicine is love, which is why we could be shoved and kicked and hated and then barely missed. Until our ancestors moved through us, their descendants, to resist the wrongologists' wrongness, the philanthropist-funded theft of gangsters with papers defining them as legitimate, borders with orders from colonizers who steal our mother. Today's podcast from a poverty scholar is an emergency call out to everybody listening, to all the conscious listeners, to the caregivers, to not let this moment of our indigenous families and elders crossing these false borders be defined by corporate media, by corporate minds, but actually to remember that thanks to the work of indigenous peoples from all four corners of Mother Earth, who worked for over 30 years without any white lawyers, that's how they called it, and then presented a document inside of a space that usually acts as the protectorate of the colonizers, aka the United Nations, to create the UN Declaration on Indigenous Peoples. In that beautiful document created by indigenous peoples, there are multiple articles that state in all the legalese, colonized language that they create, the things that everybody from all four corners have always known, which is that indigenous peoples have the right to walk from any place and at any state. That the idea of migration and immigration, that the idea of documented and undocumented, that the idea of illegal and legal are all rooted in the dominant paradigm that says that Mother Earth can be owned, can be bought and sold and pimped and played, that gente pobre who are forced into poverty by corporate theft of our water, our air, and our land don't have the right to move. And that has nothing to do with the prayers or the songs or the moments that all indigenous peoples have in their hearts, have in their deep structures, in nuestros corazones. So I just want to remind conscious listeners to not let this moment be defined by the colonized lies. That these are not migrants in a caravan. You know, all of these fetishized words like a caravan, which are used to talk about Roma people who are on the move when they fetishize us and say that we are criminal. But that actually they are moving as we have always done across Mother Earth, and that in Article 10 of the UN Declaration it says we have the right to move across Mother Earth, to inhabit space so that we can keep our families safe, to move with prayer, to move because of poverty, to move because of land theft, but also to move because it is written, it is said, it is done. In this 21st century reality, our brothers and sisters from the territory known as Honduras also face this insane violence, just like so many of our indigenous peoples across Mother Earth, due to empire wars, due to more corporate theft. And so they're forced in many ways to leave. But we also have to recognize, lift up, and hold a different way of describing this moment. to use the palabras that our elders gave us, and to recognize that words are powerful, that as we help to decolonize and to liberate Mother Earth, one of the first things we have to do is see clearly what's really happening. As Mama Earth fills up with more water and we lose more of her dry land mass, it is more important than ever for us to clearly understand what these moments mean and how unimportant and irrational and insane are these notions of borders and lines in the sand and fences and fronteras and all of the ways that plantation prison mentality has seeped into our collective consciousness, and so that we actually even understand or agree or go along with it. That in fact, our brothers and sisters from Honduras and Guatemala and El Salvador and Mexico and all the different parts of Southern Turtle Island and Haiti and Puerto Rico and all the other places and spaces where our peoples dwell will need to move closer together so that we can survive, but not just thrive, but actually love each other. This is the work of all of us. And some of the work is just in the defining. So brothers and sisters listening, please remember that these are indigenous peoples moving across Madre Tierra, Mother Earth, in the ways that they have known, in the ways that we have understood and over-understood, the ways that we need to do to not just survive, but thrive. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for staying awake and alive. Ashe, Aho, Umateo.